How is it going, everyone? How you holding up here during the end of August? Are you like me, where you try to mentally put yourself in fall, convince yourself, oh no, we're already at the fall, until you go outside and you realize it's 800 degrees out there, and when you try to breathe, it feels like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger stuck outside in Mars in Total Recall. That's the kind of weather that we're in, so it's hard to be like, oh yeah, we're in the middle of football season. We're not there quite yet, but we almost are. A couple of barbecues during Labor Day, and then we'll be out there week one, ready to throw in some weekly bets. But until then, I got some more things for you to look at in terms of season long. I already gave you my Super Bowl pick. I did AFC, NFC win totals. Today I'm going with season specials. Random season-long bets. Some have astronomical odds, and I tried to focus on all the picks I'm going to give you today are in the plus money side, because I'm not going to give you those, oh yeah, I got a great bet for you. Packers to make the playoffs, minus 550. I don't think you needed a video to tell you about picks like that. So I'm going to give you all plus money picks throughout the course of this video. And you can find all of these on DraftKings. They're in the futures tab, and some of them are sprinkled throughout different areas, season specials, season futures, so you can find all of these there on DraftKings. And while you're on DraftKings, you know, if you are a new customer or a new user, you sign up and you bet $5, they're going to give you a free $200 to bet. So any of these big plus money bets, $5 actually will pay out decently, and then DraftKings is going to give you $200 to sprinkle around when the NFL starts. And who knows, you take that free $200, turn it into $2,000, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, we're going up the chart. Maybe that's going to be it for you. Maybe that's going to be the $200 to start you on that winning spree that we all dream of, the one where we place our first bet on a roulette wheel and we're convinced by the end of the night our name is going to be on the front of the casino like Biff Tannen's in the alternate future in Back to the Future 2. But on to some of those plus money bets that you can use some of this free $200 on, hopefully. I'm going to start with a team that I had mentioned in the win totals video, and that's going to be the Los Angeles Rams, and I'm going to be taking them for the NFL's best record, or to have the most wins during the regular season at plus 700. I already briefly described to you, I love Super Bowl champions the following season. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to go on and win in the playoffs or anything like that, but the following season after a Super Bowl, the sky-high confidence that usually permeates throughout a team, especially a veteran team, which is what most of what the Rams are. I think it's going to be sky high, and there aren't those juggernaut Chiefs teams of a couple years back as they took a step down. It doesn't look like there's massive competition. Yeah, they're putting the Bills at the favorite, but look, the Bills were big favorites to be like a 1 seed, to be a high seed last year, and with about a few weeks left, the Patriots were leading the division. So until we see Buffalo implement this dominance that they theoretically have on paper these last 2 years, I'm going to hold off on saying, oh yeah, they're going to have the best record in the NFL. We just haven't seen it yet. And I've already told you what I think about the Bucs and Brady. Now he's showing up to press conferences, cursing, saying, I'm 45. I don't know how to deal with this shit. With hair looking like Josh Hartnett in Halloween H2O. And if you know that reference, I really would like to shake your hand. I mean, I'm not, because I don't know you, and I don't even know what you look like, but I will give you a theoretical handshake if you know what Josh Hartnett's hair looks like in his introductory acting role in Halloween H2O. So that's going to be my first bet. Then from there, I'm going to move on to two other teams that I mentioned during those win totals. And I'm going to go with both the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos not to make the playoffs. I think I saw it on there, plus 130, around that area. It's not huge, but those are two teams that everyone really likes, and I do not like them at all. I told you, I hate a quarterback coming off a first. I know it wasn't that major, but it made Lamar miss most of the second half of the season. And I always think that following year, that quarterback ain't going to play the full what used to be 16, now 17 games. And I foresee a pretty bad year for the Ravens. Maybe I'm wrong. If Lamar stays healthy, probably not going to happen. But something tells me it's not going to be the healthiest of seasons for Lamar. We will see. And then as far as the Broncos go, you know my theory behind that. You have three teams in that division who know who they are. They have chemistry. The units, both offensively and, depending on the team, defensively. But it's the same unit that's been there for years. They should, all three of them, come out somewhat, pick up right where they left off and build on that. The Broncos are just trying to find who they are with Russell Wilson there. And, they lost their third receiver. There talks about Big Al over there. I don't know. He's being used sporadically during the preseason. And with Russell Wilson, it's always been weird. Every time they gave him a real, like they brought in Jimmy Graham, prime Jimmy Graham coming off the Saints, couldn't integrate him properly. He always worked out well with random weird receivers like Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett. Who knows what it's going to be like with prototypical receivers like Judy and Sutton. I mean, the guy had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett for the majority of last season when he played. And I know you could say the finger or whatnot, but he kind of underwhelmed last season. And in a division like that, played his whole career in the NFC, we just don't know. We don't know, and I'm willing to make the bet that they are not going to make the playoffs. But those are all relatively, hovering around the even money mark. Let me give you some real high-priced ones. So this one I got for you is in the mixed team specials, and it's going to be the Bengals to win the AFC North because that's coming off the little sniff I have about the Ravens. Then the Chiefs to win the AFC West. Everyone, I think, is a little premature to start crowning the Chargers and these other teams. And then the Buccaneers to win the NFC South. Although I think they're going to take a pretty big step back from what we saw during the season last year, there's nobody in that division to challenge them, in my opinion. You got Jameis coming back from the torn ACL, Baker Mayfield with the Panthers. Who knows what you're going to get? Mariota hasn't started in a couple of years, so they should be able to win that division even with a lackluster year. In my opinion, those three are likely to happen, and you're getting plus 1,000 on those three. Love that bet. I also like a couple of, you pick the division straight, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I know these are, if I hit one of these bets, they theoretically pay them all off, so let's relax here. But the first one, this is kind of straight chalk, homie, if you like going down the chalk path. Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets you plus 400. I look at that as more than likely. Although I think the Vikings are going to have a good year, you should be able to rely on Kurt to throw away a game or two. And the other one, this is plus 3,500. Once again, it all revolves around my sniff. So you'd be trusting a sniff. But those of you from NHL, remember how my sniffs go. I'm going with the AFC North prediction of Bengals 1, Browns 2, thinking the running game's going to be able to get them through most of it, and then, Watson's going to play some games. Who knows how that goes, but Steelers 3, because I believe with that defense, no matter how bad you are, I don't care if you have Trubisky, if they have the defense and run the ball, they'll be able to win enough games to stay close, and I'm putting the Ravens 4th. That gets you plus 3,500. My next division prediction would be the AFC West with the Chiefs finishing first, the Chargers second, Raiders third, Broncos fourth, gets you plus 1,800. And those are just some teams that I think you can get some big payouts on if my predictions about them are correct. But if you want a nice simple one, I have one more simple one that if this doesn't come through, it'd be pretty disgraceful. Chiefs and Rams both to make playoffs, plus 110. Here you go. Here's 110. Give me 100. Take it easy. That's what we'll leave you with, the guaranteed winner. But those are some of the picks I got for you, some season specials you can find on DraftKings. And I'm going to put some of these in. Not like you have to put a lot when the odds are that crazy. We'll see how they go. I'll sporadically check back in on these throughout the year. I'm not just going to let these rot in the beginning, so if they don't go well. No, I'll face the music if they don't go well. But those are some of my big payout predictions with season-long specials. You can find them on DraftKings. I will be back with you next for some individual player props.